everyone. با سلام و عرض ادب. First I want to say a few words in Farsi, remind me. و تشکر از حضار محترم که امشب در مجلس ترحیم دایی من آقای جلال فخرزاده حضور پیدا کردن و باعث تسلی روح آن مرحوم هستم. I want to welcome everyone and thank you so much for being here tonight with my family. And I would also like to share a few words about my uncle, Mr. Jalal Fakhrzadeh. آه ای قلب محزون من، دیدی که سودا چگونه رنگ شعر گرفت، دیدی که جغرافیای فاصله را چگونه میتوان با نوازش نگاهی طی کرد و نادیده گرفت، دیدی که رنج‌های کهنه را با ترنمی میتوان فراموش کرد، دیدی که آزادی لحظه ناب سر سپردن است، دیدی که عشق یک اتفاق نیست، یک قرار قبلی است، مثل یک تفاهم ازلی از ازل بوده و تا ابد ادامه خواهد داشت. چو دانه‌ای که بیفتد هزار خوشه شود، شدم به فضل خدا 100,000 چون مردم. این شعر از مولانا هست. Like a seed that dies and becomes 1,000 years, through God's bounty, I became 100,000 when I died. By Rumi. Remembering our dear uncle, Mr. Jalal Fakhrzadeh, on the 40th day of his departure from his physical body, and very close to his actual birthday, to join the beloved. 20 years ago, when all other doors closed, my uncle, Dai Jalal, opened his gracious arms and compassionate heart wide open to us. And so Denver, Colorado became our second home away from home. He once said in his usual witty way that when I die, put me in a river so the fish can feast. In this sense, he reminded me a lot of Rumi, who advised to lay him on the earth's surface after his death, where the sun would shine and the rain would fall on his body. The ontological standpoint of both is the simplicity of their vision toward living their physical body, when their specific mission or vocation in life is fulfilled, and how also insignificant the limited form is compared to the vastness of the meaning and the immortal spirit which is always alive. His strong and disciplined work ethic and intellectual and spiritual background reminded us that God is not going to be so impressed if we didn't try to carry out our unique assignment and duty to the best in this world before we are ready to meet him. The divine providence wants us to pay attention and not cling to the glamour and trickery of the mind. It wants us to go past the mind to love, and even go one layer beyond love to a higher order wisdom, and use the unique gifts and talents that he has blessed each and every one of us with to mirror him on this earth and fulfill his brilliant breath. My uncle Dai Jalal led a more difficult childhood and a modest adult life. Yet his constant humor and positive attitude toward life's obstacles by inspiring his siblings, family and friends and students, encouraging them to learn to swim in the family pool in my beloved grandfather's house, and do well in math, and learn how to speak French, and much more, reminded us to live in the moment, living in a moment which, according to the life of mystics Rumi, Muhammad, Buddha, and Ali alayhi salam, who said, Kun ibn zamanek, or be the son of your moment, meant living without the regrets of the past or the apprehensions of tomorrow, and making the most out of the present moment we are gifted in life. Yet one must do the due diligence that this notion of living in a moment is not overexpanded and fallen into with closed eyes and interpreted within the context of giving into our momentary temptations, spontaneity, and ephemeral love of events, objects, and people led by the ego. For the latter will become rather devastating nemesis than constructive, awakening, and liberating. Jalal taught us not to live in excess and pay for something's worth, but have no greed. He lived a simple, challenging, and vibrant life. But through all his students at University of Northern Colorado, Denver Public Schools, to whom he served as mathematical instructors for over 35 years, and his children, grandchildren, family, and friends, he will be no less immortal and eternal, and he'll be missed dearly. Thank you.